All right, welcome back. I'm going to put myself on the line here, Miranda, make some predictions. Not that I'm really, doing anything out of the ordinary. You can hold me to it, but what I've done is I've taken, I call it my proprietary formula.
Fancy.
Reliable sources, polling data, even offshore betting sites to compile a formula to give us the predictions for tomorrow. I might be wrong, but let's go ahead and start with the Republican side right here. I think Donald Trump's going to win it. 32.68%. The big surprise, though, John Kasich, I think, is going to come in second place, and that is based on some movements in the betting lines and some of these offshore betting sites. So there you go. There's the breakdown. Chris Christie not really doing all that well. I don't think he's going to make it much past New Hampshire if those numbers hold true.
Okay, what about the Democrats?
All right, let's talk about the Democrats. The Democrats, Bernie Sanders coming in at 56.55%, Hillary Clinton at 41%. Interesting to note that when those betting sites take a look at Hillary Clinton, her numbers have been on the way down as well. All right, so let's bring in...
putting yourself on the line there.
Well, you got to do that every once in a while. We also want to bring in Herb London, the president of the London Research, the London Center for Research, or for Policy Research. Thank you, Herb, for being with us.
Well, pleasure to be with you.
Let's talk about national security. Is that going to be a factor when voters head to the polls in New Hampshire?
Well, in the past, as you know, the bread and butter issue was always salaries, inflation, wages, jobs. This year, it is national security. There is no question that the overarching issue in this campaign will be who can protect us, who can provide for national security, who can lead us on the international front. So it's a little different from other campaigns.
All right, who on the Republican side do you think has the most experience?
Well, as far as experience is concerned, there is no Republican that I could say has the experience. Guys who have served in the Senate obviously deal with foreign policy issues. So you're talking about Cruz and Rubio. But as far as the governors are concerned, Bush probably does have some experience in this area, but the others do not. So you're looking for someone who can assemble the appropriate team. I do know from personal experience that Cruz has assembled an excellent team. And so on that front, I would say yes. On the Democratic side, you have Pinocchio running against Joe Stalin. Now, it's very difficult to select someone who really understands foreign policy on that side. Obviously, Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, should understand it. But if you look at the record, there is no example of a nation that has moved in a democratic direction during the period when she was Secretary of State. In fact, the conditions in the world have worsened. And you might not attribute that to Hillary Clinton because it's obviously not all her fault, and there are pathologies in the Middle East and elsewhere over which she has no control. On the other hand, there's hardly a record of accomplishment. So you could say she's had the experience, but it's very questionable whether she can lead the country in this area.
All right.
Sometimes it's hard to tell if she wants to rely on that experience as an asset during the campaign trail. But Herb, thanks so much for being in, coming in late notice. Great talking with you. I'll have you back real soon.
And before we go, we want to remind everyone of our special coverage tonight starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll bring you live results from the New Hampshire primary. We'll also have plenty of special guests, including Dick Morris, Roger Stone, Scotty Nell Hughes. That's all coming up tonight starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Now, you've heard the headlines. Now let's hear the best of the punchlines from the late night comedians.
And let's dispel once and for all with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Let's dispel with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing.
You see, everybody, I want the people at home to think about this. That's what Washington, D.C. does. The memorized 25-second speech, that is exactly what his advisors gave him. Boom! Direct hit!
Donald Trump said this weekend he feels the Iowa caucus results were very unfair to himself and Dr. Ben Carson. Other things Trump considers unfair to him include Google, sidewalks, shoelaces, oxygen, and Dame Judi Dench.
I don't know if you saw this. Apparently, Ben Carson didn't hear his name yelled out or something, so he didn't want to go out into the stage. You know it's bad when you're making Jeb Bush look cool. He's like, see you later, suckers. Take care, losers.
And still to come here on Newsmax Now, we want to hear from you, so there is still time to weigh in. Tell us your predictions tonight. Is Donald Trump going to win it all? You can tweet us your thoughts. We'll be right back after the break.